Hello, friends. Today I am going to tell you a horror story based on a real-life incident. This story happened in a remote hill village where something waited for years. And even today, no one has been able to explain what truly happened that night. So let's begin. This story is about a man named Arjun, who returned to his village after 12 long years. When he was a child, his younger sister Mira mysteriously disappeared one night. There were no signs of struggle, no footprints, no body. Just silence. The entire village searched for days, but she was never found. After that incident, everything changed. His mother never accepted the truth. Every night she would sit by the window, staring into the darkness, whispering softly. She will come back, she promised. But Mira never returned. Years passed, and eventually his mother died still waiting. Now Arjun had come back not for memories, but to sell the house and leave forever. But the village hadn't forgotten. On his first evening, an old neighbor stopped him. His hands were shaking, his voice low and serious. He said, "Don't go near the forest house." Arjun was confused. "Why?" The old man looked around, then whispered, "Because the girl who waits there calls people by their name." That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. The silence felt wrong. The wind was cold, unnatural, like something was breathing outside. Then suddenly, knock, knock, soft, slow, like fingernails scraping wood. Arjun froze. He slowly walked to the door. Opened it, no one. But in the distance, near the forest, he saw something. A faint yellow light, a lantern flickering in the darkness, and something deep inside him felt terrified. Because that was the same place where Mira was last seen. The next evening, despite all warnings, Arjun decided to go there. Step by step, he walked toward the forest. Dry leaves cracked under his feet. The air became heavy, harder to breathe. And then he saw it, the abandoned house. Broken walls, collapsed roof, but inside. A lantern was burning. As he moved closer, he heard something, a voice, soft, gentle, a child's voice. "Baya, you came back." Arjun's heart stopped. That voice, it was Mira. He rushed inside. The lantern flickered violently. And in the corner, he saw her, a small figure, long hair covering her face, barefoot, wearing the same dress from the night she disappeared. "Mira," he whispered. Slowly, she lifted her head. Her face was pale, hollow, her eyes too dark, but she smiled. "You took too long." Arjun couldn't hold back anymore. He ran forward and hugged her. But the moment he touched her, her body was freezing cold. And suddenly, her arms tightened around him. Too tight, painfully tight. Her voice changed, distorted, broken. "Why didn't you come that night?" And then everything came back. That night, 12 years ago, Mira had asked him to come with her near the forest. She said she wanted to show him something. But Arjun refused. He was scared. He told her to go alone. He stayed inside. That was the last time he saw her. Suddenly, the lantern went out. Darkness swallowed everything. And in that darkness, he heard whispers, crying, screaming, voices everywhere, then Mira's voice right next to his ear. "I waited for you every night." The lantern lit again. But now the house had changed. The walls were no longer broken. They were covered with scratches, deep nail marks, blood stains, signs of something terrible. And in the center of the room, there was a skeleton, small, wearing Mira's dress. Arjun collapsed. "This isn't real. This can't be real." But then he felt something behind him, Mira, but not the same Mira, her face twisted, her eyes bleeding darkness. "They locked me here, Baya." I screamed, I cried. "I waited for you." She leaned closer, her breath cold as death. "Now you stay with me." Next morning, villagers saw something strange. The lantern in that house was still burning. When they gathered the courage to go inside, the house was empty again, except for one thing, two skeletons, one small, one grown, holding each other tightly. And even today, every night, that lantern still lights up. And sometimes, if you listen carefully, you can hear two voices now. We're together forever. Thanks for listening to this story. If you enjoy real-life horror stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have experienced something strange or paranormal in real life, you can share your story with us. Maybe your story will appear in the next video.